Hi all, I've prepared, kind of prepared, a little demo here to show you how to activate new fonts. And when you get a font and you put a font into your artwork, make sure you create outlines on it after you make sure you've spelled everything right and it's in the right position. So that's what I want to show you here. So let's say that I wanted an Art Deco font, but I go to my character palette, which by the way is under Window, Type, Character. You can see it right there. I don't have an Art Deco font in here that I want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go deselect from everything. Okay, whoops, sorry. Deselect from everything, and I'm going to go to my menu where I have my Creative Cloud, and I'm going to click it. So now I'm into the Creative Cloud, right? You all have pretty much the Creative Cloud. Well, look over here how you have a fonts thing. You have to activate certain fonts, and Adobe has billions. Well, I exaggerated, but they have a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Adobe Search Font site, and I'm going to click Art Deco up at the top. And if I wanted to use this font right here, well, all I have to do is view the family. See, right there, view the family. And I can activate these two fonts. So look at where out here. I can click and just activate them. So I can click right over here, and now they're activated. So Impetus, which wasn't in my font choice, should be now. And I might have to restart Illustrator, but let's go see. So I'm going to click on this right now, and let's go look for or just type in Impetus. Let me go back and see what the name of that was. It's IMP. Let me just grab it. So I'm going to grab it, Command C, click back to Illustrator, and just click up here and just go Command V or Control V, and there it is. So now I have a brand new font that I didn't have a few minutes ago. So if you want a font, like if a semi-bold isn't part of it, well, you can go to the Adobe Font Library and activate it, and then suddenly it'll be there. So let me click this upper one. Let me click this one right here and hit Command V again and choose this one. Now look, I have brand new fonts. Okay, I didn't have them a minute ago. So that's how you activate and get your fonts. There's other ways, but this is the fastest way. So now what I want to do is I want to use this font right here, and I'm going to change, just because I just want it, it's going to end up being white on this. It's kind of like I'm doing a little icon or a little label or a shield or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to take the horizontal part of this and go up to about 125% to make them a little taller, and I'm going to go down to 20 points right now. Okay, so let's just leave it like this. Now watch this. I know this isn't about what you're look over here in my palette. I'm going to actually cut a hole in this, and then I'm going to use this one right here for my text path. So watch how easy this can be. Okay, so I'm going to put Sorial Illustrations on the top, and then I'm going to put Golden Colorado on the bottom, and see how that looks. So how do I do that? Well, first I'm going to create a compound path. What's a compound path? It's a shape with a hole in it. So I'm going to click on this bottom circle and shift click on this circle right here. Now I have them both selected. I could have selected them just by clicking their radial buttons with the shift key. Now I'm going to go up to Object, Compound Path, and Make, and now I should have cut a hole in the center, and if I turn off this one, I did. See? Now I have this one there, which I'm going to click on, and that one's going to be my text path. So what I'm going to do is take the fill away from that one for now. So let me lock up my new compound path. There's a hole in there. Let me prove it to you that it's a hole. Let me just take this and give it a red fill. I just want you to see it. Okay, and now let's move it underneath all of this, and you can see how I actually have a hole in there. And I'll leave that there for now, but I'm going to lock it up. Okay, so now let me click on just my ellipse right there, which I have to move above my little donut shape. Okay, now that's the only thing unlocked, right? Okay, so if I click on it right there, I can take the C key. Now what's the C key? I'm going to move in. I'm going to cut this path, so look how there's one ellipse right here. I'm going to cut it so I have an upper and a lower. Now I'm going to name this one because it is the upper, I can see it. And I'm going to name this one the lower. Now all I have to do, I want to finish my statements to you. If this is going to end up being the baseline for Sorial illustrations, well, I want this one to kind of match up, so I'm going to have to make this one a bit bigger. I don't know how much bigger. So I'm going to double click my scale tool and just make it about 110%, just for now. I probably should do another 110%. So now let me just take this with the A key and move this one down a little bit so that kind of lines up. Now, I have a good series 2 for my words. Now let's see how they work. Okay, so I'm going to go down in size on these points. So I shift clicked them and I'm going to go down to right now like 17 points. And I'm going to go to paragraph, or 16 points. I don't like odd numbers. Isn't that weird? So I'm going to go to paragraph and put them on center right now. So how do I do it? Well, I take the text tool, which is a smart text tool. I triple click inside of this to get all of this. And I'm going to go Control C or Command C and click away. Now, my text tool understands that I want it to go on the path. So now I clicked that upper one. I'm going to hit Control V or Command V, and I have Sorial illustrations there. But what's the deal? Why did it be like that? Well, I'm going to have to click center again, but how you move them on the path is this way. So how do I move it on the path? I grab the direct select tool and I actually click right on the lettering. Now there's little markers here and you can see them. This marker that I'm telling, let me make that a darker color so you can see it. Let me go to dark blue. Okay, now you can see this marker right there. So there's a beginning marker, a middle marker, and an end marker. See it? If I click on the path, I don't see the markers. I see the path. If I click on the word, I can actually see the path. You see the markers. Now I grab this marker with the direct select tool and I can reposition that and have it be all the way down like this. So look at how I'm forcing the left indent all the way down to here. The right indent is all the way down to here. And with me on center, that means Sorial Illustrations is totally centered, right? So now all I have to do is click this if I want to take it and make it a different color, and now I have Sorial Illustrations in a different color. Now let's do the same thing with Golden Colorado. So I take my text tool, I triple click in it, okay? I go Control C or Command C, I hold the Command key, and I click away from that because I don't want to ruin my my master list here. Now, with the text tool, watch how the path will turn into a text path. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just holding it over the path and the cursor changes and I click. Now, it's obviously on the wrong side of the path. I don't care. So I'm going to go Control V or Command V. Now, let's find the markers, okay? Because that's how you switch it to the other side of the path. So I click the direct selection tool, right? There's my markers. There's the center one, there's the right one, and there's the left one, if this was a correct path, right? I mean, if you're reading it from right to left. Now look at the center marker. I can actually grab it and flip it to the other side, and now I have Golden Colorado right there, which looks pretty good, by the way. Now I'm going to double click the fill, and I'm going to make it white. I just wanted you all to see something else though. So now let me turn off this dumb rectangle in the back. And there is a beginning of what I would consider to be a logo or something. All right? Now, when you are going to give this to a client, do not give it without creating outlines on the text. Because what if they don't have that, what if they don't have impetus on their machine? Then when they open it up, Illustrator or they won't know what to do with it because they're going to have to open it in Illustrator in order to print it for the most part. Okay, and that circle there is too big, so I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm actually going to lower the size of that And now watch this. Let me get close and look at how I can actually take this little dot in the middle of Golden and Colorado. See this baseline shift right there? I can actually move it up by just clicking that. And now if I click the direct selection tool and click away, doesn't that look a little better? Okay. So what if I wanted to space out the whole thing better? Okay, before I create outlines. So I take this and I go over to the custom tracking or kerning for letters, and it's between letters. So I'm going to put it on 25 and see what it does there. Okay, it didn't open it up a lot. Let me put it on 50, and that didn't open it up a ton. So let me put it on 100, and now I like that. I like how that reads. So now let's click on the bottom one. Let's open it up to 100 so it looks like the top, and now I have a little bit more breathing room between the characters. You know what I mean? So let's say the client has approved of this. So you go and you save your file, then you save as to a number 2 version. So let me just say that this is test 2, whatever, wherever I'm putting it. I'll just put it to the desktop right now. So now I am safe because I have my original file, right, and the second file. So now on this second file, I'm going to use the regular text, the regular selection tool, click on this one, and shift click on this one. Now, every time you give the file to me that has text in it, make sure it's spelled correctly, make sure you like the way it looks, but don't give me the file until you've gone to Type, Create Outlines. Because now it's going to take it away from being a word or a font, and they're going to be paths. So now, even though we can still read these as words or letters, they're not. They're just shapes. So if I wanted to, I could take the direct selection tool, grab the bottom of this one and just make it longer or make it custom. You know, do you understand what I'm saying? So that was a little demo on how to get a font from the Creative Cloud by clicking on fonts over here. Just so you know, when Illustrator loads or Photoshop loads on your machine, it doesn't load all the fonts. You have to go get them, and that's where to go get them. Second, I wanted you to see how to put text on a path, even though there's going to be an assignment coming up that shows you how to do this. I just wanted you to know about creating outlines because I've gotten many of your music icon assignments that needed to be converted to create outlines. Again, that's under Type and Create Outlines right there. It's grayed out because I don't have anything selected. So if I were to click on this font here, see, this is a font. I can actually go inside of here with the text tool and type in anything I want. I'll type in a question mark, I'll Command Z back. So you can see that that's just a regular font. These aren't fonts, these are shapes. This is a font up here. Got it? Thank you.